What's worse than an old, bitter conservative? Why, a young, bitter conservative, of course. Today we are privy to some information from Milo Yiannopoulos' lawsuit against publishing giant Simon & Schuster, who canceled Milo's book deal for his book Dangerous after a massive coordinated attack by conservatives, or I should say cuckservatives, and leftists against the famous provocateur earlier this year. The documents show a first draft of Dangerous, along with editorial comments by a Simon & Schuster editor and cringy hillbot named Mitchell Ivers. Unsurprisingly, the same people who gleefully grabbed pitchforks when Milo was disingenuously attacked over a few willfully misinterpreted offhand comments relating to his own personal experience on a 3-hour podcast from 3 years ago are lining up for another round. And by the same people, I mean, of course, liberal journalists, but I repeat myself, unhinged SJWs, and jealous as fuck young conservatives. Raise your hand if you're a young conservative who could write a smarter, more interesting book than Milo. Hand raise emoji, says some bitch who has not and likely never will write any book, let alone one smarter and more interesting than Milo's. Now, everyone should know by now that I am an unapologetic Milo fan, but I'm not looking at this with my Milo fan hat on or even with my MAGA hat on. I'm looking at the situation with my impartial observer hat on, and I have to say, what the fuck is wrong with you, Angela? You're not even including the text of the draft. You're just pulling out pictures of these incredibly unprofessional editorial comments made by a retarded Hillary fanboy with an obvious agenda. Now, you're such a spring chicken that maybe you don't know, but take it from someone with actual experience writing, editing, and publishing books. Professional, responsible editors do not write this kind of childish crap. And then you have the gall to suggest that you can do what Milo does better than he does it. Well, why the hell don't you then? You think Milo raised his hand and waited patiently to be anointed queen? No, he started acting like a queen, and ultimately no one could resist his charm. There was so little engagement on Angela's tweet that at first I felt like I was punching down even just retweeting it, let alone talking about it in a video. But then I looked this chick up. So this person I have never heard of, despite being constantly engaged in politics and social media since getting hit on the head at a Milo event about a year ago, is apparently the voice of conservative millennials on Fox News. Yes, Fox News, that well-known hub of all that is young and hip. If I wanted to bring fresh blood into the conservative movement, that is definitely where I would be. So while Milo is visiting college campuses and actually reaching millennials, you're dropping sound bites for waning septuagenarians who are dying faster than the cable news networks themselves. While he's launched his own publishing company that has already put out multiple best-selling books, including the one that you're mocking, you have a smarter, more interesting political blog with too little traffic to achieve an Alexa ranking. And you're delusional enough to think that people should do anything other than laugh at the idea of comparing the two of you. The reality is you are more comparable to me, and I'm nobody. I'm some chick who got some Twitter followers after getting hit on the head and who makes random videos. Don't believe me? Let's run down the statistics. Twitter followers. Comparable, point to Angela there. Twitter audit, 99%, 98% real. At least she's not buying followers, but point to us there. Twitter engagement, no contest. I have amazingly engaged followers. Thank you guys so much. Oh, here's an important one. Number of books published. S1. Angela, 0. Blog comparison. So back when I used to run a blog in 2014, I had 1 million views that year. Your current blog does not have an Alexa ranking, which means point to S. Now, I will gladly concede that you are well ahead of me on TV appearances. Point to Angela there. Okay, most video views on YouTube. Angela does not have a YouTube channel because why would the voice of Conservative Millennials need one of those? So I can't compare videos that I've personally made to videos she's personally made. The most viewed video that she shows up on, it has 66,790 views. That is on an RT segment where she is one of several people on a panel, and hilariously enough is talking about anticipating Trump presenting some sort of threat to free speech in his inaugural address. A few weeks after that inaugural address, I was attacked by leftists for attempting to witness Milo's free speech in Berkeley. So I guess we have a topic in common that we're both interested in, although we seem to have slightly different takes on it. And my video talking about the arrest of Yvette Falarca is my most viewed video, and that has 59,952 views as of this afternoon. And if I look at all videos that I've appeared in on YouTube, the most viewed is the one where Stefan Molyneux interviewed me about what happened at the Berkeley Milo event, and that has 147,000 views. So, yeah. Goes without saying that I am ahead in YouTube subscribers, seeing as I actually have a YouTube channel. And then finally, it's not always fair to just say, one woman should be able to do what another woman can do. But let's be real. I am in my 30s. I'm pregnant. I would probably look terrible on Fox News. And I shoot crap video in my apartment. So that's what I have to work with here. Angela is 26, slender, and gets to do videos in a fancy studio with nice lighting and nice makeup, and she looks 40 years old. If anyone out there was confused why Milo became so big, this is why. This is the competition from young conservatives. So I just looked back at her Twitter, and no joke, she is literally doubling down SJW style. Quote, Natch, several young conservatives have already written better books. Citation needed much? I can't get my head around how you can become such a self-congratulatory waste of cyberspace. And I guess we just get to assert things now about how awesome we are, regardless of actual book sales or actual books even existing. So yeah, I wrote a book and it's better than Tolstoy. And I'm not a CEO, but I'm totally a better CEO than Steve Jobs. And I'm more attractive than whoever the attractive person is right now. I don't know. I don't follow pop culture. And I am a better voice of conservative millennials than Angela Morbito.